All right, Grant Training Systems, welcome back. Office Max episode 3. Today is a very cool episode because we're going to go into not only a fantastic stretch to help open the area up, but also a mobility exercise before, so we can learn how we can warm up the area, get rid of something we'd like to call this neurological tightness, and really get much better results in a very efficient way. But before we do that, I want to ask how you are doing, how your week was, and what's going on with you now.
Yeah, so the stretch from last week, the shoulder stretch, helped quite a bit. I did it in between a lot and was easy doing, so it helped me to get rid of that tightness. This week I was on my way quite a bit, so I was sitting a lot more than usually. So this means my lower back is quite tight right now.
Okay, so I think you were on your way to Berlin with a big project, right?
Yeah, it was a bit longer. The meeting was a bit longer, and also Berlin is 6 hours from here.
Okay, and so depending on whether you took a train, a plane, or you drove, you're sitting quite a bit. And when we're sitting, this is kind of a catastrophe because as we sit, our butt wants to turn off and our lower back muscles have to stabilize the spine. The problem is it's actually our butt's job to do that. So what I want to do for you and you guys today is show you a way in which you can kind of warm that area up, get some movement back in there, and then if you're able to, after, go into a very simple stretch that will start to bring some of that motion in that comfortability, if you will, back into that area. All right, so guys, now we're gonna kind of toggle back in between two cameras. I'm gonna be speaking with this one, and Chris, since you can see easier in that one, you can go ahead and chat to that. And what we're gonna go through is the exercise in which I wanna teach you guys how to kind of warm up your hips. This is a fantastic one to do really in the office because sometimes people think it looks a bit funny, but if you're able to do it while you're on the train or a plane or any other spot in which you're sitting for a long time, it's also fantastic. So, Chris, you are prepared on what you need to do. Why don't you go ahead and get started with the movement, and you guys will see that she's really just rotating her hips. Now, some of you in this camera might see something that she's sitting on. This is a round disc full of air, which when we're done, we will show you. But the reason she has this on her chair is because it really allows her to accentuate this movement. Now, Chris, when you are sitting for long periods of time, let's say at the desk, working or in a meeting, how often do you try to bring yourself through this movement, and what do you feel when you're done?
Ooh, yeah, so I would say 3 to 4 times a day, basically. And yeah, already feeling it's really loosening up my lower tightness. Yeah, so I do it quite a bit in between because it helps a lot.
So that's actually fantastic, and the template I like to give my clients is to really try to focus on basically every hour on the hour if they can, to try to really rotate in one direction 10 times and then the other direction, because not only is that going to kind of get you out of this glued position that you were in on your chair, it's going to activate your hips, which is going to kind of activate those butt muscles, which is very important, because we spoke earlier about how those want to turn off and not stabilize your spine, but it will also prepare you for the next stretch we're going to go into by warming that area up. All right, so we're going to continue to toggle between the two cameras here. Chris, you have been explaining what the next stretch will be, so why don't you go ahead and pull your leg into that position. This is one of my favorite ones because you're able to do it obviously at home, in the car, on the plane, in the train, but best of all, in meetings. So you can basically bust out the mobility while you're in a meeting and nobody even knows what you're doing. So especially if the meeting is boring, you may as well work on your mobility. Now, while you're in this position, there's many things you can do. You can see as I'm talking, Chris is moving herself about. She's pushing down on the knee. One of the other things I like to have people do is kind of with her right leg, so the leg that's not being stretched right now, she can push up with her toe, which then raises her knee and brings her leg even into a more of a stretch, if you will. So this one is one of my favorites because it's super simple for everybody to do. And the biggest thing is you can bust it out during meetings. I have so many clients that have to sit through many boring meetings, and all of them tell me that they love it now because they're able to at least get some mobility when they're forced to listen to their boss talk way too much.
Yeah, it feels really good, and yeah, you forget about that area kind of, and so it really loosens it up.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because it also brings attention to that area, and it makes us aware that we're actually kind of forgetting about that area when we're sitting so much. So it's great to warm it up, bring the blood back, and kind of just really understand that area, and feel loosen up, just like you said. Alright guys, so this is the disc that Christina was sitting on, and these things are fantastic. This one is made by #DoYourFitness, but I will put some links below where you can find one of these. But the reason I really like this is because not only can you sit directly on top of it and do the exercises Christina was doing, but as you're working at the desk, you're also able to kind of scoot forward, be looking at your computer, and kind of shift yourself left and right or forward and back.
Yeah, so I really enjoy it. I sit on it all the time when I'm in my office.
At first we laughed a little bit about it, but when we both first started using it, when we were at our desk, again, I can't say how surprised I was, but really helpful that it was.
Absolutely.
Alright, so guys, as always, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Christina, always, I appreciate you letting us use your office, taking the time, really helping everybody with their movement and mobility issues. And guys, if you like this episode, please share it with your friends. Hit the subscribe button. Definitely hit the bell if you want to know when these videos are coming out. And yeah, subscribe guys, because I'm really trying to grow my channel, and by more people subscribing and sharing this video, we are able to help more people. So subscribe, check out the website gtsgermany.com, and until next week guys, we will see you soon and wish you guys have a great week.